Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, October 22nd, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. There was a 5.5 earthquake about 18 miles off the coast of Fukushima, north of Tokyo, where earlier today it caused no damage apparently, but it did result in tremors being felt in the area. Tokyo Electric Power Company have said that there were no problems reported at the damaged Fukushima nuclear facility, of course, which was shut down back in May of 2012. So it looks as if a bullet was dodged there. Allied World has reported that the massive blast at the Tianjin port back in August is going to result in about $31 million of claims for the company. It's going to move the company to a loss of about $52 million for the third quarter. They also saw net realized investment losses of about $113 million. The $52 million loss amounts to about 57 cents a share. It compares to net income of about $31 million for the same period last year. The company did report operating income of 56 cents a share, of about $51 million for the third quarter, compared to operating income of $606 million for the same quarter as last year. It's a little difficult for me to get my head around this, but it looks as if these driverless cars or autonomous cars are actually going to become a reality. In remarks at the Swedish embassy in Washington earlier this week, the CEO of Volvo said that the car manufacturer is going to accept full product liability in the event of any incident while its cars are in autonomous mode. The CEO is a gentleman named Håkan Samuelsson. He is responding to comments made by the insurance industry, specifically an underwriter at AXA, the underwriting head David Williams, who said that driverless or autonomous cars are going to cause great challenges for the insurance industry. Rains from the season of autumn have not been too kind to Italy and the Balkans over the past few weeks. The region has just now endured another spell of torrential rain. This is after undergoing a summer of near drought conditions, leading to very hard ground. So as a result, there has been extensive flooding and landslides across southern Italy. In southern Italy alone, they estimate that about $567 million worth of damage from this latest storm yesterday alone was done. Turkey is to get a taste of what's to come. In the western part of the country, some 2 inches of rain have been reported in the past 24 hours, and more is expected to arrive today. We saw this story yesterday, but didn't bother to cover it, but it turns out to be more interesting than we thought. 2 Chinese diplomats had been shot in a restaurant and killed in a town called Cebu City in the Philippines. It's in the southern part of the country. Now it's developed that 2 Chinese diplomats are suspects in shooting the other 2 Chinese diplomats. According to Philippine police, a restaurant scene had been the locus of the actual shooting. 2 employees of Cebu's Chinese consulate were shot dead. The consul general was also wounded. The suspects had diplomatic immunity. According to the police, closed-circuit TV shows what appears to be an argument breaking out among 9 Chinese guests at a restaurant while hired singers were singing Happy Birthday in a private room. The footage shows one of the accused perpetrators firing a gun and shooting one of the victims in the head, killing him. And his wife then, one of the perpetrator's wife, taking the gun from the table, and both of them fleeing in a vehicle. They were later apprehended about an hour later, about a mile and a half away. Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokespeople said the case will be handled in accordance with relevant international treaties. Here's another Chinese story. China's ruling Communist Party has banned its members from, quote, extravagant eating and drinking or engaging in sexual relationship outside of marriage and playing golf. The official Xinhua news agency described the measures announced today as a moral, ethical code that Communist Party members must abide by. Party members are already barred from, quote, keeping paramours and conducting adultery, but the new rule on sexual activity is stricter, says Xinhua. Playing golf, which is a favored pastime of some officials, and excessive eating and drinking were explicitly listed as violations of discipline for the first time. The regulations, which claim to apply to everyone in the 88 million strong Communist Party, also forbids forming cliques within the party, and it also forbids nepotism. The document did not detail punishments for violating the new rules, but the party maintains its own feared internal disciplinary system, which operates without judicial oversight and supersedes criminal law. Last night at Wrigley Field in Chicago, the New York Mets defeated the Chicago Cubs to win the National League pennant. The Cubs have not won a pennant in over 100 years. The Mets have waited approximately, I believe, 29 years. But the World Series now begins in the American League City this coming Tuesday, the 27th of October. So all of New York is rejoicing. Chicago remains sad. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you Hillary Clinton is now making her way into the committee room on Capitol Hill, where she's facing a day of testimony on the Benghazi tragedy. The committee has already been referred to by top GOP leaders as being a witch hunt. Thank you for watching.